I completely forgot that I'm a certified health coach, and this is a huge success for me. And actually, I've never been healthier in my life. So let me tell you about it. I received the certification in 2021, and the reason I pursued it is because I wanted to help people. Who doesn't want to help people? Service is the best. So I had been practicing Thai massage professionally, and when clients would come to me, I would talk to them, and I realized two things. One, many of them wanted me to fix them, save them, heal them. They were coming to me to do that work for them. And two, I realized that a lot of people were not really taking great care of their health, of their life. And I found this interesting because one, I couldn't fix them, heal them, save them. That's not the role of someone who does massage or body work. We can support you, offer guidance, but we can't fix, heal, save. And also I realized, how much better would people feel if they took great care of their health, of their life, and realize that they are so powerful. We are all so powerful. We can do so much for ourselves, for our health. And it can do so much for us, more than we've ever been taught. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a certification and I'm going to help people. So I found a health coach certification and I looked at a few. They all felt quite similar. I picked one and I thought, good, I'll get the certification and then I'll be legit. And I'll learn something. I'll learn about how people approach change and health, and we'll be able to work through that. I'll be able to serve people and they can take the power back. So I start through the certification, and basically what it is a lot of memorizing, cramming, taking a test. Memorizing, learning, taking a test through book and video resources. And that's not my favorite way to learn because I think a lot of learning, especially about health, but anything, is embodiment, is action, is physically doing the thing, and then you know it for sure rather than just information in the head. But I thought, I'll just do it, and then I'll have the certification and I'll be legit. And as I'm making my way through the certification, through the textbook, I realized there's a lot I don't agree with. For instance, it lacked a lot. So much of health is understanding your emotions and moving those emotions through you, letting them move, setting boundaries, using your voice, following your dreams. That's all a part of health. And also, the textbook is talking about movement and stretching and sleep, and also go to this health professional when you feel like this, or this health professional when you feel like this, which I don't agree with. That is very much not what I believe in or how I practice my life or live my life. And also, health is so much deeper than this checklist. Eat like this many times, move like this many times, sleep like this for this many hours, bada bing, bada boom. It's so much deeper than that. But I thought, I'll go through the certification and then I'll be legit and people will trust me, and boom. And I'm memorizing the information, even though I don't agree with all of it. And even though I feel it's lacking so much, it's lacking the true understanding that the body can heal. It's lacking appreciation for the sun and how the sun helps us to heal. It felt so flat, but I thought, I'll memorize it. I'll take the test. I'll be legit, and then I'll just do things how I do things. So I moved to the textbook and the video resources, and I took the test and I passed on my second try. But I passed. And I was like, great, let me get some clients. So I got some clients. And I'm trying to help them, And I realized that the information that I had memorized for the test that would make me legit were embedded in my mind and in my being. Even the things I didn't agree with, I couldn't separate myself from them. I couldn't remember who I was and what I knew prior to taking the test, because that was part of my motivation for getting the certification, was my own amazing healing and understanding of my body in my own life. I was like, it's fantastic. We're so amazing. Our bodies are so amazing. I want to help people understand this, but I didn't learn that through the certification. In fact, I kind of learned the opposite. It was like very rigid and like boxy and like government approved. And I was like, it goes so much deeper than this. But now I was in this mindset of the certification and I was like, my understanding has become flat. It's almost like my mind was thinking, well, why memorize this stuff if it's not useful? It must be useful because you're memorizing it. You're spending time on it. So it must be wildly important. And then it became part of my understanding of health, which took me away from this deep understanding of health. Not that I had it all figured out, but like so many of you, I had felt deep knowing of my body, and it wasn't everything I learned in health class growing up in high school or college or middle school or elementary school or this textbook. It's so much deeper. Our health is our whole life, not just move this many times a week, sleep like this. It's like, no, it's all of us. And I forgot when I took this certification, when I studied for this test, and when I read the textbook and crammed. So I was helping clients and I was like, I don't even know how to guide because all I'm doing is guiding you to the things this book told me is health. And I know it's deeper than that, but I can't separate it and I don't know how to teach it the way that I have experienced in my life. But I kept going because I was like, maybe I'll figure it out. But then I was also thinking, I want to be a trustworthy source. So I'm going to live what I'm guiding people to and what I learned in this book. Because that's where I'm at. That was the mindset I was in. I was very like I was in that reality of that type of mindset of the certification and the, accredited program and government approved information. So then I was like kind of living in it. I was doing like the check boxes, move like this, eat like this. If you feel like this, go to this health professional. And I was like, I've never felt so disconnected from my body, from my health. I have never. I feel rigid. Excuse me. I feel rigid. I feel boxy. I feel like I'm lacking so much. I feel flat. I feel foreign to myself. What am I doing? What am I guiding people to? What am I guiding myself to? What is this understanding of health? It is not what I knew before. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to unlearn all of that. Not that there weren't some good aspects. I liked the psychology aspect of it because it's how we approach change. But like the actual health, like physical actions we take to feel healthy, to heal, it was just not it. So I said, I'm going to unlearn this because I was just going through the motions. I was like, they said, do this, this, and this. And that's what I'm trying to guide people to because I'm like not separate from it. It's in me. And not that it's all bad. Movement is important, but it's like true, deep knowing of yourself, of how you move and what feels right and what feels aligned and what nourishes you. Not just the food, but all your interactions and relationships and choices and work and, purpose in life. That's part of health too. And to put that aside, like that's not part of it, it feels dangerous. Like it's part of the picture, but I had forgotten for a time. I went on this mission to be legit and then I forgot what I knew within, what I had experienced, the healing I had experienced. And I needed to find it again. So I said, I'm going to unlearn this stuff. I'm going to unlearn it. And I didn't really know what that meant. I just knew that's what I wanted to do. I'm going to unlearn it. And I moved about my life, remembering how to do things that feel right, how to dig deep, how to nourish, to become emotionally intelligent, to listen to my intuition, to follow my dreams, to nurture my relationships, all these things. And to move, exercise literally in ways that feel good to me, sleep in ways that feel good to me. And remember that my body can heal. Remember. I don't really need to look outside of myself. I don't need to spend all this money going to all these professionals. I know I can. I've done it before. I'll do it again. And then 2 years after that, because that was 2021, 2023, I got sober. I quit drinking. I used to have a very big problem with drinking and a dysfunctional relationship with alcohol. And then I got to actually go through this amazing, challenging, scary, healing change. I'm still on this journey. It's been 2 years since I quit drinking. But the beginning was it's still so big, but the beginning was like abrupt. It was like, who am I? What are my relationships? I have nothing. It's like you have to navigate every aspect of your life, losing things, losing relationships, building new relationships, figuring out who you are, making amends for the things you've done, grappling with it, grieving, building anew, discovering who you want to be because you're different now. I got to actually live it. I got to go through the change, make the change, release, let go, and then build again, which I'm still doing. And I was like, wow, this is the thing. This is real life change, deep change. And then a couple months ago, I was doing some exercises and it just hit me. I was like, oh, right, I'm a certified health coach. I forgot. I completely forgot. And then I smiled because I was like, what a success. What a huge success. I did it. I unlearned that stuff. Obviously, there were aspects of it that were helpful, like Psychology 101 stuff. Like, this is how we approach change. But I don't know. A lot of that is just coming from doing it, exploring, trying things for yourself. But the practices that made me feel healthy, that made me actually healthy and feel alive and vibrant, it was like the unique concoction that is my life. It wasn't these check boxes. It was so much deeper. And actually, so much of getting sober is learning to understand your emotions and regulate your emotions and do so responsibly and maturely. That's like a huge part of staying sober. And like I said, that isn't at all included in this certification. It was like lacking these really important parts of ourselves. And I really don't mean shade to the program, but just celebration and highlighting how deep we are and vast and wise and how much we hold and want to hold. Our health is all of our life. And getting sober, for me, it was like, it helped me to see my life and myself and God and all these beautiful things for the first time clearly. So it was an opportunity. And then I was finally like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that thing. Thank God. Thank God. I felt like it was limiting me. It was limiting me, and I've been expanding. I've gone beyond the textbook. I've gone beyond the intellect. It's an embodiment. It's a being. It doesn't mean exclude the intellect. But sometimes the intellect is just so heady, we exclude the body. We can't exclude the body. We're in the body. We move through the world in the body. And the body is not just information in a textbook form. It's being, it's moving, it's trying, it's exploring, it's feeling. And I usually don't get that in health textbooks, or at least the ones, some of the accredited ones. Maybe things are different now. I don't know. And I love reading, but it's like so much of life you have to go through it. And it is so much deeper than a textbook. So it was a huge success when I forgot that I'm a certified health coach. I was like, woo, I did it. Okay, I did it. And now I remember. But now the wisdom I have is here with me. It's no longer forgotten. It's no longer, on the back burner with this textbook in front of it saying, I'm the way. It's like, no, this wisdom is the way. And we all have it. We all have access to it. We go so much deeper than a textbook. Love a textbook, but we go so much deeper than it. And that's what I wanted to remember. That's what I wanted to embrace. And then I did it. We all can do it. So that's why it was a huge success. What a blessing.